Hello, welcome to Sky Bite Size with me, Dan Cox. Once again, thanks for tuning in, really appreciate it. Thought we'd just have a look at Gameweek 29. Let's get into it. Got the fixtures. So, action starts by the time you're watching this tonight. Southampton V Norwich. So, Ward-Prowse is in 22% of the top 1,000 teams. Brosier's in 18% of the teams. So, if you've got one of them, you're obviously covered. If you don't, I expect that number to go up. So, if either of them does do well or both of them, you're going to be in for a bit of pain if you don't have anyone, if you are going to sit it out. If you already got someone in, then brilliant, don't need to worry. But if not, is it worth bringing someone in? I don't have either. And I think I could bring one of them in. I do think, should I be brave and just not bring someone in for the sake of it? Southampton have got good games. So I don't know. I might do. I'm not decided. I'll probably wait till tomorrow and see the team news. That might help if one or either's not starting. So, but anyway, that's where we are for Friday. Southampton or not, and if so, which one? On to Saturday, Leeds versus Spurs. Harry Kane brought into loads of teams. He's went up from 20% ownership to 67% ownership. So, with what have we done? We've all brought him in again, haven't we? We've just brought in Kane and didn't get anything against Burnley, which is typical. But Leeds, Leeds have been terrible. They've been getting battered. So if he can't get a goal or two against them, then he's never going to score, is he? So Kane, I think, is an option, or Son if you got him. Man U versus Watford. If you're still holding on to Bruno Fernandes or Ronaldo, again, good options. Obviously, you can't see the team sheet. Then the last one for me, really, Everton v Man City. Again, Cancelo, Laporte, Diaz, someone like that. Again, can't see the team sheet is the only concern there, but, have to see what the press conferences are and see what you sort of think. Obviously, you got Champions League, I think, next week, Man City, so something to think about, but can't see why Cancelo and that wouldn't start. But again, we'll find out something off Twitter on Friday or Saturday, so you can make your mind up there. That's the main ones really for me on Saturday. The options there. Move on to Sunday. West Ham v Wolves. Bowen's in like 97% of teams. I know Kilman's in a good sort of 67%, but everyone will be captain Bowen, and that's Sunday done. Don't need to think about it too much. Done. And Tuesday, Pope's in a lot of teams still, so I think he will be captain. Some people might bring in a Tielemans or Maddison, something like that. But again, I think it's most people will be on Pope, and that'll be about it. But yeah, I think it's a pretty it's not a too difficult week to navigate through. I'll quickly go over the ownership. So Salah's still top, 99%. Cancelo 97, Bowen 95. Oh, he's lower than I thought. But, 95% ownership for Sunday. And I think that'll be done. Trent, 87%. Hadn't been great since the overhaul. Like a clean sheet or two, but no, for his ownership, he hasn't delivered anything really. Pope, another clean sheet again against Spurs, 73%. He's just been great since the overhaul. And I do think it was close between him and De Gea and even Sa at the overhaul. And it's just Pope's just been the clear winner there. So if you did have him, you've done all right. Laporte, 69. Gallagher, 67%. I know he didn't play at the weekend against Chelsea, but he scored not before last night. So he's still ticking over nicely. Kilman, like I said, 67% of teams. Would have been a captain tonight for a lot of people. 1 pointer, typical, isn't it? That's why sometimes it's not worth bringing someone in, But then Wolves will have another single captaincy day, so he will do a job there as well. Harry Kane, like I said, up to 67%. Just, we've fallen for it again, haven't we? Rafinha, 47%. Still, I think he's quite high owned, really. Not for me. Van Dijk's been unbelievable since the overhaul, 43%. I spoke to a lot of people who would rather have him. They said they picked Trent and wish they had Van Dijk, so he's slowly creeping up as well. And like I said, Ward-Prowse 22%, Brosier 18%, Webster there still in 20%. I don't think he's going to be back this weekend, so you might want to move him on. This is before tonight's Wolves game, so people might have moved him on for Kilman already, or Brozier, or someone tomorrow. So I expect Webster to go down. And then, like I said, Ronaldo, Fernandes in 13 and 11%. So if you've still got them, they could do well on Saturday. Quickly move on to some questions. I'll keep this one pretty brief because I'm not getting around to recording this till late on Thursday, and by the time this is out, we're on to game day already. So just a few questions. Where are we? Gordon Bell, Saturday's captain. Kane looks a good option. He can't believe he's saying that. And Cancelo is a sure starter now. Liverpool are back in the title race. Like I said, Kane, Cancelo. If you've got Ronaldo or Fernandes, I think they'll do for Saturday. Another question, what are your plans for Bowen if you have him? Is he a lock or a possible make weight for a Chelsea asset? I haven't got any plans to move him on, so I think I'll keep him in for now, unless, how the fixtures fall, it's worth moving him on. But, with the captaincy this weekend, it's not in my thoughts as of yet at all. Ian, he swapped out Van Dijk for Trent at the overhaul and he's dropped 29 points in the process. Yeah, that's one of them ones, and you just typical. Sometimes you do that and that works out, and it could have been the other way around easily, couldn't it, if Trent had got a goal and assist and stuff like that. So typical. Perry Coleman, don't really want a Spurs asset, but fixtures look good. Arcane and Son a must. Well, they do play Everton on a Monday in a week or so. I think having a Spurs player would be good, but after that against Burnley and Conte's sort of outburst after that, I just think I've been conned really, because I didn't have Kane and I thought, well, I'll bring him in for Ronaldo, and I think Kane's played good against Man City as a sort of like, look what you could have had, and then gone back to not bothering. I don't know, but they got Leeds. Hopefully he'll get a hat-trick against Leeds and all will be good. So I've got Kane, and I'm hoping he's going to get some goals. Hacking, Saints, any options worth considering? Yeah, Brozier or Ward-Prowse, the clear two favourites for me. So either or if you're going to go that way. FPL Commander, he's got Kane, Jota with Salah up front, and after that, Spurs performance at Burnley. Should I flip back to Ronaldo and keep Jota? Plan to replace him with Gabriel tonight. No, I'd keep Kane for now. He's got to score against Leeds, so let's hope for that, and then we can rage transfer him out next week if you don't get anything against Leeds. Ron, skip Everton versus Newcastle and use that transfer to load up on another Chelsea asset. Most have the other Newcastle fixture covered with a Wolves asset. That Everton v Newcastle, I can't see me having anyone for it, to be honest. That's one of them ones, that I don't think that is worth a transfer, so no, I'll be skipping that. Aman Tatler, how about a combo of Ward-Prowse and Brozier tomorrow? Yeah, if if Saints win 3-4-0 and they've got a goal and assist each with the ownership of what it is, then that is going to work out well. So why not? If you've got plenty of transfers, one obviously is enough, but you could double up. But is it worth two transfers? That's for you to decide. He's also asking Bowen to Tielemans next week for a Burnley versus Leicester. Let me just get up the FF stuff grid. So Burnley to... What was he saying? Bowen to Tielemans for Burnley versus Leicester. Let me get West Ham. So after the Wolves game. So then West Ham have got Liverpool. That would work. Burnley then Leeds. Leicester still got all these games to be arranged. So it could work out. Who West Ham got after that? Then Villa. This is just the immediate sort of next three games. So something like that could work with the games Leicester got to come in. I don't think West Ham have got any other single days coming up or anything like that. But obviously, if you take Bowen out at his ownership and he can't, and he's scoring, then that is going to push you down. But sometimes you have got to make these moves. So you could jump off him. And that would Tielemans is a good captaincy option for Tuesday. So could do. Bear with me. Dirk Digger, what Newcastle assets are worth bringing in? I don't think there is any really, especially with Trippier out. He might have been one, but none for me. Saint Maximan, he's an exciting player and he makes them sort of runs and can get man of the match and stuff like that. But I don't think I'll do it. But he could be one. He could do well, but still not sure on him. Where are we? Peter Brown. When am I bringing Rafinha in? I'm not. I thought Leeds would struggle this season. So yeah, not for me. Especially Tottenham. Who's after Tottenham? Leicester, Villa. So no, not for me. And I know we'll probably get a goal here and there and stuff, but no, not for me. Nick, lots of single game days. Who are you targeting and who are you skipping? Transfer dependent. Southampton, Wolves, Newcastle. So yeah, I'll probably will bring a Southampton in. I've already got Kilman, so that's that covered. And that Newcastle 11, I think I will skip it. Darren Slater, best time to jump on Chelsea. I think that you look at that Sunday the 13th, because they play on a Sunday, you can move pretty much. Well, there was a few teams playing that Sunday, but you could jump off someone from Liverpool on the Saturday to then Chelsea. If they played later in the game week than others, then that's always a good time to bring him on. Luther Valentine, he took out Gallagher for Coutinho and regrets it massively. Is it worth just accepting the failure and going back? And he's also saying Trent's not up to much. Ditch. You could move Trent on. Yeah, you could do Gallagher to Coutinho and just doing it back. Well, the thing is, Palace have got a single game day against Arsenal, haven't they, coming up? So if you haven't got any Arsenal, then yeah, you could reverse that Coutinho to Gallagher to cover that off. And yeah, sometimes you'd make these transfers, don't work off, so you're better off just changing it and forgetting about it, really. Ashley Jones, City or Chelsea defence. City are just so good, aren't they? Like for the passing, and I say they're going to have to play him because they're in a title race. Chelsea, with the amount of games they got, should be good, but I know they have been a bit. People had Chelsea defence before and they were shipping goals in, and they had a really good run. Everyone started bringing them in, then they started letting goals in, and the rotation. I think like Rudiger's pretty safe in and stuff, and Reece James coming back, but I had him earlier on, Azpilicueta and Rudiger, and I know Christensen was probably a bit of a mistake, but Azpilicueta missed about 3 league games in a row and stuff. I think he had a bit of an injury, but just the rotation does do my head in a bit. I think I'd rather just have someone I knew was going to play each week. But yeah, no doubt Chelsea probably defenders will, you will have to lump on them at some point with the games they got coming up. Skeptic, damn fair. He's got Ward Prowse, and should I double him up with Brozier or get Weghorst? I'd be tempted with a double up. I don't know if Weghorst, whether, if you ain't got anyone else for the Burnley-Leicester game, then Weghorst is your one. But if you ever already got like Pope in and you're happy with that, then I don't know. I think Brozier, look at Southampton's games there. Norwich, Villa, Newcastle, Watford. Like, that's a good run of games there. So, yeah, if you fancy him to do well in those, then yeah, why not? Last one, Barry Morrison. No Southampton asset. Kilman to Brozier or Rodri to Ward-Prowse, or Rodri to Brozier and keep Kilman for the fixtures. I think I'd keep Kilman for that single game day they got against Leeds and then one after that. So yeah, I'd keep him. I probably would be tempted with Rodri and Ward-Prowse or Brozier, whichever one you fancy. But yeah, I think I'll keep Kilman, and I think you can move on Rodri. Yeah, that's it really. So what, to keep this brief, 13 minutes. That's about it really. I had a good week myself. I had Van Dijk, so I think I'm 239th or something like that. So getting there, hopefully going to be in the top 100. Hopefully another good weekend. Get the right captain on Saturday, and that's about it. Once again, thanks for all your questions. Thanks for tuning in. If you are here, please give us a like, subscribe if you haven't. And yeah, have a good weekend, and I'll catch you next week.